Aquarius, and welcome to your love messages reading. We're going to look at your energy today for the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Aquarius collective. Remember, energies can be reversed. That means that if you're looking at this reading and you say, that's not really me, that's my lover, that's okay. Just assign the roles as you please. Same thing with cross watchers. If you're looking at this reading and you go, hey, that sounds more like me, then the messages are for you. If this reading does not resonate with you, just stick around because there's something in it that you may need to hear. The messages are timeless, so if you're brought to this reading at any time, maybe even a year from now, there's something in it for you, whether you need it today or in the future. If this reading does not resonate with you, it just means that I'm probably not picking up on your specific energy at this time. If you would like to resonate with these cards because you're like, oh my gosh, I wish that was me, no worries. Go to the April 2021 reading, which is what are they thinking about you. At the end of that video, it explains about your emotional guidance system and how you can raise your vibration to match the cards. That'll be linked in the description box down below. If you want a longer reading, one that has essential oils and crystals and tools that you can use, like releasing trapped emotions, if you want one of those readings, that's the May 2021 reading, and that'll be linked in the description box down below. There's also a reading right before this one, which is hidden messages. I'll link that in the description box down below as well. Okay? So everything that you need. If you want to look at other aspects of your chart, like if this doesn't resonate with you, you can look at your sun, moon, rising signs, your Venus, your Mercury, whichever. That is in the description box down below for a free site that will tell you, you just put your information in, like your date of birth and where you were born, and it'll bring up a whole astrological chart for you. That way you can look at different videos and kind of look at the different aspects and windows of your soul, okay? And that will help you a lot, tremendously. I do that a lot with mine, where I kind of get like a collective understanding about what's happening based on the different parts of my astrological chart, okay? If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. This way you get notified as soon as I post something new. I want to thank all of the people who have subscribed and all the people who have given me the donations of the 5555s and the 4444s and the 1111s. That's super cool. I love it. It's just fun to be on this journey with you guys. Also, I am at almost 250 subscribers, and my goal is 500 right now. So if you want to help grow this channel, that's what my next goal is, my next thing that I'm aiming for. So let's get started. Let's find out what's going on. I'm only accepting the highest and best truth for the Aquarius Collective's highest and best good, bringing forth the most accurate answers. So I do want to thank you for all the comments and the phone calls and the text messages and everybody that has just reached out to me to tell me how this has been helping you. We've had people who have gotten raises because they've gotten the confidence they needed through these readings. People who've let go of relationships that weren't serving them, that were really actually holding them back, and just lots of great things. Well, just even the self-love that people are starting to really understand about themselves, right? They're understanding so many different things. It's been wonderful. What we're going to do is we're going to look at what the person is thinking about you, the past situation, the now situation, the advice, and then the outcome. Okay, we might even pull some cards of what they're thinking about you. See if it can help you as much as possible. All right? All right. Oh, there it is. It got very, very clear. So thinking of you, the past, the now, the advice, and the outcome. We're going to clarify the cards and then look at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is a strength card. Okay, so we got to hold on. Either that or we're taming a lion. I don't know what you're doing, but you guys are doing something. Let's look at the cards. And then I'll look to see which of these cards I need to read reversed. I'll check in real quick. Okay, no cards reversed today. All right, and let me just flip them over so I don't get confused. I don't generally read them upside down because I like to look at the positive aspect. But sometimes God will have me read one upside down, okay, depending if it's just a more clearer message. All right, so the King of Swords is the energy that they see you in, which is very ambitious, intellectual, logical. You're making good choices right now. You have great judgments. I see you as being very seductive, okay? Very professional and powerful. You are a person who takes charge. That's awesome. We love that. They see you as a great reunion, a great partner. They see you as celebration. They see you as fiery, okay? Aquarius, you are air sign. So you're in your power with this air card. But they do see you as being a bit fiery right now. So maybe you have some fire aspects in your chart. You might want to look at that as well, because that's what's shining for you right now is your ambition. That is really shining for you right now, is how you, Aquarius, you're really good at making a decision and following through. You say, I'm going to do this, and boom. Aquarius is really good at, they don't need really people to tell them what their next step is. They kind of already know. So it's like, and what it is Aquarius just needs to, when you finally hone in and decide, like, that's what I need to do, then you'll do it. So I feel like sometimes Aquariuses get offended when people try to tell them what they need to do. and I get it, because you already know. Like, you're super intuitive, so you know, you get it. You get it on a deep level. You're down to earth. You are an air sign, but you are really down to earth. Like, you get it. You get the world. So they really see that, though. They see that you're pretty amazing, all right? They see that you are definitely a catch. You're definitely someone. It's interesting. We'll find out in a minute why the Strength card is the main overall aspect of the entire reading. But it is the infinity as well. So it's cyclical. There may be some karmic stuff. Let's take a look at what we find. But this is what I'm feeling right now. These are the messages that I'm hearing. You're super amazing. You're in your power. You're in the king energy of your own sign power. So you're doing great. And they see you as being pretty fabulous, all right? And they want this union with you. They're like, oh man, if I could have Aquarius, I would totally go there. All right. The past is the World card. So the past energy with this relationship is I don't think there was ever anything that didn't work out well with this person. I mean, I feel like there's been always pretty good energy with this relationship of the person that you're thinking of, because you got two cards right here. Not only do you have the World card, but you also have the Ace of Pentacles, and I don't feel any negative energy. Like, I don't feel anything that makes me question my reading right now. Like, I feel it being like, okay, I don't feel any discernment or any, what's that called? I can't think of the word, but I don't feel anything pushing against what I'm feeling positively, okay? If that makes sense. So the Ace of Pentacles is very auspicious card. So in all aspects, every ace is. It's prosperity, property, happiness, contentment, money's coming quickly. You know, it just feels like everything came pretty easily with this connection. And that you feel like you're getting what you need out of this connection. So if you don't have this yet, Aquarius, let's go to the April reading and see if we can raise your vibration, work with that energy, and see if you can access some of this energy, because what I'm feeling is pretty amazing. Like, I would want to definitely be Aquarius right now. Like, I definitely want this beautiful relationship, okay? I'm feeling like that it came in so beautifully that you almost felt like you didn't deserve it. Like, you question maybe a little bit about your worth of this relationship and if you deserved it. But I don't think that lasted very long because, Aquarius, you know that you deserve stuff, right? You know it. So let's be honest with ourselves. So even though it was a fleeting moment of, do I deserve this? I don't think it was like you really felt like that. Like, so you are a sign of manifestation. You are a sign that, like, goes after what they want. It's a beautiful sign to be Aquarius. So I think this is really good. I really feel like everything that I'm feeling with this relationship is beautiful so far, right? So that was in the past, is that everything kind of just was beautifully orchestrated by the universe to make it happen in the way that it did. So man, I really want to know what's going on in my friend Aquarius's lives. It sounds awesome. It feels awesome too. All right, so the now. You have worked really hard, or have been working really hard at laying down your swords. So you are pretty much done like a turkey on Thanksgiving. You're done with all the other bull crap. You're done with all the other feelings of self-doubt. You're done with all of that. It was a very spiritually guided lesson that you had to go through, and I know that some of you guys didn't want to go through it. I know that some of you guys were dragging your feet, like, oh my gosh. But really, Aquarius, that's how we get our gifts. We have to be done with old belief systems. We have to let things go in order to bring in our gifts. And I'm going to tell you, more gifts are going to be coming in for the Mercury retrograde. By July, a lot of signs are going to be even more deeply connected in the other realm. So it's just going to be really beautiful. So it's a good thing that whatever you did, that you did it, or that you are doing it. So if you're in the middle of this, laying things down, I'm going to tell you right now, have strength, because it's going to be beautiful on the other side. Like everything that you've been asking for in your intuition and in your spiritual relationship with God is going to manifest in a big way for Aquarius. So I'm really excited for that, because this relationship is actually has something to do with it, which is very, very interesting. So I'm excited about that growth that's going to be happening, because it's definitely very spiritually guided. This is some people say this is the opposite of the devil energy card. So I guess some of you guys could be laying down addictions as well. So any kind of addiction, whether it is eating too much, OCD, it could be exercising your body to the point of like injuries, it could be alcohol and drugs, of course, it could be any one of those things, anything that you felt like has been holding you back. I feel like a lot of you guys are working on letting that stuff go, because you really want to get into your power. The more that you lay into your addictions, the less you shine. It like dims your light. And Aquarius, you're the brightest shining sign of the zodiac system. So we just don't need to be doing that, right? And so I know that a lot of you guys are actually working on that. And I think Aquarius is like probably one of the strongest signs that works through addiction pretty well, because you guys are so spiritually connected. It's like you do hear God. It's only when you don't hear God, when you purposely ignore what God's saying because you want to live in the addiction or you want to live in the pain or whatever, because sometimes it just feels good to be in the addiction and live in the pain, okay? So I get that, but what I'm saying is I really feel like you guys are moving into a very beautiful time spiritually, very heavenly guided. So that is awesome. That is really great. And the advice is that you hold the energy of the Queen of Swords. So your person of love is actually seeing you as the King of Swords and getting stuff done, But what we're asking is, I guess the universe is asking, it's not I guess, so what I'm hearing is that the universe is asking you to tone it down just a tiny bit, because we want you to be a queen instead of a king. There's no gender to the cards, so this has nothing to do with male or female. Or it's asking you to access the more feminine aspect of yourself. So maybe you're being too logical. Maybe you need to be a little bit more emotional. But she's still very logical, though, because she's definitely has the power of the air sign, and swords are logic, okay? So... but I guess what they're trying to say is, like, still be ambitious, right? Like, that doesn't change. But we want you to be able to see the truth a little bit more. You're already making good judgments, and so we get that. But this life experience that you're going through right now is going to make you really, really strong. And you're going to want to take more risks moving into the bigger picture. They're saying that the advice is being strong through the adversity, being strong through the addictions, being strong through the things that are really bothering you, because you're going to get through it, okay? And it's interesting that we're not really hearing too much about love right now, and I think it's because there's love in your life, but I think that you're more focused in on what you need opposed to what someone else needs right now. And that's okay. That's beautiful, because I feel like that's going to, the advice is that right here is that you are going to be in the energy, and the advice is for you to plan more, and for the mind, body, and spirit, for love, home, and money. Like, decide, like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, look to the future. This is the energy of looking to the future as well, and seeing the big picture. So they're wanting you to step out of yourself, out of this, and start to see the bigger picture. That will help you a lot more. But I feel like they've been tapping you on the shoulder to do this anyway. So even though I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what to do, Aquarius, because I realize that that is not what Aquarius is like. So I'm encouraging you to hear your inner strength and hear your inner voice as they're encouraging you to do this, okay? Now, the outcome is everything that you want, everything that you've asking for in the big picture is going to come true. So we have seen this many, many times in manifestation, Aquarius, where you've asked for things and then you've gotten it. So I don't think you have any doubt that you're going to get what you want. I think there's no doubt about that. It's just, what path do we take to get there, okay? Because they are saying that you are moving forward into an energy of celebration, getting what you want. This is the outcome of this situation right here. So I guess what they're telling me is that this person is seeing you being amazing, going through whatever you need to go through. And once you do, you're going to get it in the way that you want it. Because I think you're very particular right now about what you specifically want. Like, you're not just settling for anything like you had in the past, which is really, really cool. I like that. It's like you're pretty determined about what's going to happen. You know, life doesn't happen to you, you happen to life, right? So that's wonderful and beautiful, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and get some love cards, because I didn't hear too much about love. It was more focused in on you, and that was the first sign that I've had since I've done these love readings that did that. But sometimes it's just good to do that. Like, you can't bring in love if you're not loving yourself to the fullest, or if you're not vibrating in the way that you want to, you know? So I feel like there's some stuff that you've been working on, and that's really cool. Okay. So that's interesting. Give me 1 second to pull some thoughts about what's happening. I kind of want to pull these cards too. I'm feeling very drawn to this. Just to kind of give you a little bit more clarity on what's happening. And I just want to say more like validate what you already know. I'm here to validate Aquarius of what they already know. So funny. All right. Some of my most favorite people are Aquarius, so I get it. I get it. Okay. Okay, we got some really cool stuff here. You have a reconciliation of someone from your past returning to your life. That doesn't mean that you have to get into the relationship, but it does mean that there might be some things to remind you of what didn't work out well, so that you can say, okay, yeah, that's not how it happened. Because I'm seeing that, okay, a couple of things. They're saying that there's going to be some red flags that are coming into your life. Those red flags have to do with this reconciliation of something that didn't work out in the past, and that's just going to give you more information so that you can know yourself better and know your love life a little bit better, okay? So let's see. Now, it's interesting because the things that came out after that were surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go. So yeah, they're saying this. Like, we got to do that, but it's something about your past is going to appear for you to let go and be done with, so that you can move on, okay? And some of you guys, I did get this card. It was, this situation involves marriage. Yes, I do know that there are some Aquariuses that are going in that direction. So, okay, there's definitely something in your past that's some serious old energy that we're working through, okay? This I do not feel like this is the new partner that's seeing you in this way. I feel like this is the old energy of the red flags, because this is what it looks like. I left you before you could leave me. So somebody left you either emotionally or physically because they felt like you were going to leave them. Yeah, because Aquarius is a very powerful sign. So if you don't treat Aquarius right, Aquarius will leave. That's true. So somebody felt like that, and then they're also saying, I hope you can forgive me one day. Well, that's beautiful. I wish they would give you an apology, though, because I think you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like a real one, not a half ASS, right? Apology. Okay, we want something for real. So if this person comes back in and they give you like a half apology, it's a red flag. I mean, I'm not feeling like you're going to go to this past person anyway, but I do feel like there's definitely some information for you to look at, for you to kind of take a look at and say, okay, yeah, that's definitely not what I'm bringing forward with me. And then it says, I left when I saw you with someone. So, yeah, I'm feeling like maybe this person realized that you and them weren't compatible. like the way you were with someone else, because this doesn't mean that you were actually like cheating or anything like that. It just might mean that when they saw you with the person that you should be with, they realized it wasn't them. And that's a really difficult thing for someone to understand and to feel. When they think that you're their everything, or they think that you guys belong together or whatever, even if they don't like have like a spark or a deep feeling for you, but then they see you with someone else and they go, oh my gosh, how come I didn't see that? Like, he or she belongs with that person, not me. You know what I mean? It could be even energetically. So one thing to kind of remember is criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and as your relationship will magically transform. So I think there's going to be some healing in a past relationship. Doesn't mean that you guys are going to get together. I think it's going to lead to a beautiful relationship in the future. But I really believe like whatever happened in the past is a key to unlocking the future loves and the future relationships in the way that you deserve and the way that you need it. There's definitely some information of observance that we need to do, and maybe even some communication during the Mercury retrograde. Remember, when you communicate during the Mercury retrograde, be very careful about what you say, because it can be misconstrued. And same thing, whatever you hear, don't always take it as you think, you know, be careful about how you take things. But remember, Aquarius, as you move through, we're not doing it yet, but as you move through Mercury retrograde, you've got to rely on your intuition. You have to rely not on what, you know, you have to like go within and really, really see what God is telling you. Because I really feel like this right here may feel a little blindsided, may feel a little bit like, why is this coming up again? Or why are you entering my life again? You know, and there is something really important to your new relationship for this relationship to be resolved. Okay, something karmic. You can also, if the person is not healing karmically, you have the option to say, okay, well, I'm healing and you've decided not to, so our karmic relationship is over. And karma means lesson. It doesn't mean a punishment. It just means like the lessons that we have with each other is over. And you can actually declare that on a piece of paper and give that back to God and say, hey, look, I'm healing. This person's deciding not to. I choose to end the karmic relationship with this person because they're not going to heal. And so once that person doesn't heal and you do, that contract is null and void. So just to let you kind of know that, especially if it's abusive, you know, because there's some red flags here. All right, Aquarius, this is very awesome. Thank you so much. If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with your friends, hit the notification bell, send me a comment, send me an email or a text or whatever for those people who have that information. And I love you very much, and I can't wait to share some information for Mercury retrograde. Bye.